Antigua is an island in the eastern Caribbean chain that is a minuscule 108 square miles. Antigua is both volcanic and sedimentary rock, primarily limestone. The limestone formation of the island makes it mostly flat, with its highest point rising to just 128 feet above sea level. Despite the flat nature of Antigua, it still features over 90 miles of coastline lined with white sand beaches, beautiful picturesque bays, and hidden coves that even mainland people can explore. Antigua has an approximate population of just over 65,000 inhabitants, according to the latest census. The primary language of Antigua is Creole, based on its Creole culture. However, the official language is English. Although Antiguans speak mostly Creole, English is taught to everybody in their schools due to the ever-increasing tourist population of the island. Officially, the government in Antigua is a constitutional democracy. However, that was not always the case. Antigua experienced a period of plantocratic democracy until the late 18th century, at which point it began a period of colonial authoritarianism until it switched to constitutional democracy in the 1940s. Sugar became the main crop in Antigua in the late 1600s, and as a result, Antigua began importing slaves to the island to work in the sugarcane fields. The slave trade was quite successful until the early 1800s, until the British abolished the slave trade in 1807, which allowed for all existing slaves to be emancipated by 1834. Antigua was completely disassociated from Britain in 1981 and is still under the rule of the Prime Minister today. The economy in Antigua is service-based, with tourism and government services representing the key sources of income. Tourism accounts directly or indirectly for more than half of the country's gross domestic product. Tourism is the mainstay of the economy of Antigua and Barbuda, and is the leading sector in terms of providing employment and creating foreign exchange. To combat increasing competition from other Caribbean destinations, the government and the Antigua Hotel and Tourism Association have established a joint fund to market the country's appeal as a tourist destination. Some of these appeals are such things as white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and beautiful oceanside resorts that dot the 90 miles of Antiguan coast. Large hotel chains such as Sandals have increasingly flocked to the Antiguan shores to stake a claim in the tourism industry. The Sandals Grand Antigua, located in St. John's, was named the world's leading honeymoon resort the last 2 years in a row. The resort staff at Grand Antigua Resort cater to your every need. I must be clear that not all of Antigua looks like the Sandals Grand Resort. The locals do not live like tourists. In fact, their living conditions are well below the poverty line. This is a result of poor availability of water and lack of employment for many native Antiguans. The focus of the government is primarily on the tourism industry, thus they seem to forget that their own people are living in poverty. Despite the majority of the native population living below the poverty line, all of the locals are proud to be Antiguans.